差点被自己害死。屏风做3颗，动之心可以做1颗，散弹可以做6颗，龙之梦做不了半颗，人物。这是什么？格挡对手所需要的火力减，不要，用不到。过5关斩6将。三小，想说为什么突然有反应？哎，羞羞。好臭哦，吐口臭成这样。妈，西西还是跑到旁边来，北七，你知道你在刷仇恨吗？女王，名就蝎蜘蛛。啊，3代这个就把它取消了。3代就没有这个女王了，就直接变蝎蜘蛛，而且还好打多了，好打超多了。这里不是有一条路吗？刚好不走，奇怪。啊，抱歉，我不该走这。没事，抱歉。没事，别紧张。
No rats are running around sewers. What are we looking for, anyway? Some graves, I heard.
Graves? So maybe there is something in this forest.
Shut your traps. Want the sergeant to hear? We'd be in deep shite. But it is a good idea.
We've got company. Redanian bastards.
You走快一点啊。
The entrance must be somewhere here.
If our experts are to be trusted.
Henna dabbled in illusions, among other things.
He also experimented heavily with golems.
Golems with the power of speech, supposedly. They knew nothing of poetry, but...
Will you two shut up?
Yes, it's an illusion. I found a weak spot. Stand back.
Stand back. 哦，这个在3代就直接跟那个凯拉拿一个眼镜就可以用。好，我来了。
At times I'm caught. You can get my kind of feat. Though I have no needles, they say I am piercing. What am I?
我在。
Careful with the answer. It could be a trap.
Typical of dear Henna. He was a genius with a penchant for mischievous jokes.
闭嘴。
Like a child.
So a couple of adults, purported experts, should have no problem solving this.
Indeed, it's trivial. The answer is pain.
Incorrect.
死去吧。
No! Impossible! So many years of research together. Why did we ever embark on this?
哎，我能不能捡他的东西啊？
We must go on.
锁住了。
Capable of kindness and cruelty, I take victims when I sour. I can be on your side or wrong you. I bring gifts, though you already have me.
啊，三小，三小，
Can you please repeat the riddle?
Capable of kindness and cruelty, I take victims when I sour. I can be on your side or wrong you. I bring gifts, though you already have me.
Can you please repeat the riddle?
Capable of kindness and cruelty, I take victims when I sour. I can be on your side or wrong you. I bring gifts, though you already have me.
All right. Help me out here.
I was good at riddles as a child. That was so long ago. Perhaps it's a capricious king who rewards some subjects and sends
哦，你有
others
厚
off to
道呢。
war.
Kind and cruel. Supportive and sour. Only lovers are that fickle. And they're occasionally thoughtful enough to give gifts.
A Lady Cynthia is an expert. I'd take her suggestion if I were you.
I once had a lover. She left me devastated.
Or could it be love? It seems to fit. It can be kind, the greatest gift, or cruel and take its toll.
It can also be blind. How about an elf? Some are kind and bring gifts, others are bitter and cruel.
Do you think this is a game? Our lives are on the line here.
好，依照还有说精灵嘛、爱嘛、情人、国王嘛，只剩命运跟河流没人讲哎，我选的命运，
Correct.
是不是？
It's going rather well so far.
Not for
我他妈听你们在那边讲，一定是放屁。叫我猜谜大师。哦，这种游戏玩多了，大概都知道它旁边该叫的几乎都是错误答案。2择1。
Someone's been here recently.
I persuaded Gaspar to pursue all this.
Well, well, the competition's here. Kill them!
凭你们啊！好好好好，这么想要血染真跑，就帮你吧。谁他妈在烧我啊？哎、自己人在烧我哎、怎么不去死啊？那么厚啊！死啊！去死啊！要多久啊？
They must have descended straight from their quarter.
Let a Nordling.
Another guardian.
占星图
Later Elorn. Lisa Elorn. Later Dear.
内塔维亚，这都是我的啦，就不拿就算了。低能
It's reacting to my spell.
不拿，白不拿，哇，都是那个好东西耶。然后我负重过高了 ，Damn it！ 再见了。哎，他没有那个哎，没有重量。维克，我换一件衣服，魔法披肩，中毒抗击。哎，我350嘞，不知道为什么，这个加负重是不是？ 是哎，睡哦。为什么不走这个门？哎，东西可以拿，钱可以拿。我刚刚看银矿啊，有哎，睡啦。算了，我现在拿银矿好像没什么意义了。我就是想拿，怎么样呢？哎，走啦，又要解谜了。
A group of travelers wandering through the dark. 3 guides above them, so 3 were marked. At night they trailed a drake serpentine and a silver lady shining and fine. If only her visage she would deign to unfold. By day they followed a mountain vault, its riches untold.
Did I hear someone complain about the riddles being too easy?
Let's think this through. There are 9 alcoves, a fresco in each. That's 3 groups of 3 frescoes.
The riddle mentions 3 guides above the travelers. We must examine the frescoes, seek answers there.
I'll advise you about the riddle, but I will not take part in disarming the device. I've got a bad feeling about this.
第一行什么东西啊？解开谜题，让你自己和另外2人站在压力板上。啊？夸了吗？什么东西啊？好了，看来这一关可能要先死过1次才知道要干嘛了。那可能不止1次啊。看不懂啊，不了解他在讲什么。锁住了。
A group of travelers. At night they...
What do you think of the first verse?
I would say it describes a serpentine dragon swallowing its own tail, which represents infinity and thus time. The hourglass likewise symbolizes time. In this case, the time of the traveler's journey.
I believe it's the dragon constellation. It would be visible at night. What's more, sources on alchemy invariably portray dragons as winged, and as an accomplished alchemist, Gehenna would also be a competent astrologer. The verse must refer to the constellation.
In alchemy, the winged serpentine dragon represents prime matter, an essential component in the process of alchemical transformation. The verse seems to indicate the allegory illustrating that transformation.
Can someone remind me how...
The first verse was, "At night they trailed a drake serpentine."
Can someone
The first verse was, "At night they trailed a drake serpentine."
Can someone
The first verse was, "At
夜
night
间
they
他们
trailed."
追寻着蛇形的龙。龙星座
It
吧。
should be the dragon constellation.
I shall take that one.
What do you think of the second verse?
To my mind, it speaks of the white rose, symbol of the Order of the Flaming Rose. You see, the fresco itself resembles a coat of arms, and in heraldry, silver is rendered as white. So the Silver Lady and White Rose are one and the same.
I think it describes the full moon. In alchemy, the moon represents both silver as a metal and the feminine element.
The order remains largely unknown in the south, so the White Rose seems unlikely. Every Nilfgaardian, on the other hand, has heard of the Imperial Nausicaa Brigade, which has the Death's Head as its symbol. The brigade's name is female, and they say death follows the unit. So the Silver Lady could very well be Nausicaa or the Death's Head.
What? What? 你公太小。
Can someone remind me?
As I recall, the second verse was a silver lady
Can someone remind...
As I recall, the second verse was a silver lady shining and fine, if only her visage she would deign to unfold.
月亮吧。
I think it's the full moon.
Allow me.
What do you say to the third verse?
It describes the precipice, the ravine amidst mountains. An ancient rule in alchemy states, as above, so below. The vault is the ravine into which the riches of the mountain flow.
We must read the third line literally. To me, it suggests the Mahakam Mountains and its mines, from which dwarves and gnomes extract many ores that are invaluable to alchemists. Those mountains are a vault in and of themselves.
The verse is not literal. In many legends, towers are in fact vaults, which the hero must penetrate in order to rescue an imprisoned princess or find a long-concealed magic item. The mountain vault is the tower.
又是一句不知道公
Can
三小
someone
的。
remind me how the line was?
The third fragment mentioned a mountain vault containing untold riches which guided the travelers by day.
这个吧。
The mine entrance in the mountainside. That seems logical. I'll stand next to that fresco.
来吧
Let's，see if we can solve this. Take your places.
Count me out. I want to live.
As you will.
我要去找高山。高山，高山，高山。这个吧。汪汪汪汪汪汪汪汪！
Intruder detected.
哈哈，失败！
No!
啊哈哈！魔像来了，没关系，我打过魔像了，不怕不怕。
Our expedition has grown thin. Such a shame. I actually found those two amusing.
Shut up.
Of course, my lady. I expected a greater challenge.
Too
Thus
bad
far,
about
we've had but
Gaspar.
riddles fit for beer enthusiasts.
我觉得是第一个错哎。好了好了，我本来想说让你死过去，然后算了，这样太残忍了。哪一个啊？5215这个吧，好不好？看能不能让你活下来了。应该是
It's
第一个错，
reacting to my spell.
应该不是第一个，应该不是龙星座。讲话。
A group of
Did I?
Let's.
The riddle may.
What do you?
I would say it describes a serpentine dragon swallowing its own.
I believe it's the dragon const.
In alchemy, the winged serpent.
Can someone?
The first verse was, "At night they trailed a drake serpentine."
杀喽！
I shall take that.
第二行，
What do you think?
To my mind, it speaks of the.
The
闭嘴闭嘴，满月。
I'll.
第三行，
The.
天空。
As you will.
这样应该就没错了啦。还是错的话呢，那就代表你得死啊！抱歉。嘿嘿嘿嘿嘿嘿。入侵者。对嘞，没有错了，错还是对啊？
We must try another combination.
错了。哎，好人呢？所以第一个才对吗？就是他原本就那定要死掉了。
A group of travelers at night.
What do you?
I would say it describes.
I believe it's the dragon.
In alchemy, the winged.
It.
I shall.
It's the.
Allow.
Can someone?
The third fragment mentioned a mountain vault containing untold riches which guide.
What do you?
It describes the precipice, the ravine amidst mount.
We must read the third line literally.
The verse is not literal.
The mine entrance. I'll. Let take.
Count.
As you will.
快一点！错了， 所以刚开始那才叫对的吗？所以我原本就选对了，就是原本剧本上就是要让他死。对啦，我原本就选对了，哈哈，我这是解谜大师哎，天啊！刚开始就选对了，但没办法，那看来他势必要死了，没有办法喽，你要死球球喽，哼哼哼。好啦，你得死啊！第一个选龙星座嘛，按错了，满月。
What do you say to
天空，来吧。这样就对了啦。只是他就原本就要死了，抱歉。原本就得死啊，不能怪我。
Intruder detected.
No!
哦，我懂了，他这个意思就是说，你正确解谜后呢，你那3个人会留下来，但是最后一个会被当入侵者干掉，就留在原地的那一个。
Our expedition has grown thin. Such a shame. I actually.
哦，这是解谜大师哎。
A golem. So Darehenna's legend is true.
It is no more than an obedient machine created to follow orders and kill. Not unlike our Witcher.
So I guess we should get along famously.
You? What do you know about golems?
I don't run into them in every forest, but any good bestiary describes golems at length, and I've read more than my share of those.
Geralt, I'm not questioning your knowledge, but I should be the one to...
Actually, you are questioning my knowledge. Listen, I know what I'm doing. I'll try to get it to reveal the word that'll deactivate it, or I'll just mess with its head. Break the code.
So now we've got a burglar in our midst. Be my guest. Try.
My intentions are good.
As are mine. Know, however, that this may change.
Derhana must have been pretty lonely if he gave you eloquence.
The Master made me a guardian. Nothing less, nothing more. And you, provided you stand there, are a guest.
Did your creator give you a name?
I'm called obedience and unyielding persistence. I am a guardian and the humblest of servants.
A golem's name is the word that gave it life, and that can take it away. You must have a name.
I own nothing. Everything belongs to my master. How could I divulge the name if I exist solely to protect my creator's property?
You, who made
Do
you?
you remember your creator?
Of course. I was summoned into being by Master Gehenna. I abide by his will, by his power, by the necessity encased in my stone bowels.
Derhana is dead.
His word, which animates me, lives on, as does his legacy, which I protect. Empires will rise and fall, rivers will shift their courses, but I will remain obedient to one master on my eternal watch.
Derhana must have been an exceptional man. Can you tell me about him?
I guard everything that belonged to the master, including his privacy, which he valued highly. I can tell you nothing.
I have other questions. Do you... You're not an automaton. You're self-aware, and you think. You can make decisions.
What?
You're wrong. I am eloquent and can discern between guests and intruders. I can also deal with the latter. but everything I say and do is limited by my restrictive program. By the way, as an automaton, I am immune to all charms.
我也这么觉得。
Stop the intruder.
By the way， 其实我刚刚是觉得说他是魔像精通法术，应该没有用吧？啊，果然真的没有用。OK。
Can I ask you for the name word which brought you to life and which can deactivate you?
Do that, and I shall consider you an intruder.
Derhenna must have been an exceptional man. Can you tell me about him?
I guard everything the
I have. So you're a...
Do we really know who we are, where we came from, and where we are headed? Is human life predictable in that the cycle of birth and death ensnares it, better than mine? When a human is born, he is obedient to his parents. Later, he listens to tutors, masters, corporals. Finally, he succumbs to the will of death.
And to think that Adalbert questioned Derhenna's mastery. Has anyone tried to enter before?
后面两个人等到不耐烦。
No intruders. I do, however, remember guests who left after being warned.
When was that? What did you discuss?
I am a machine. My memory is limited.
Who, if anyone, is allowed to pass?
Derhenna, but he is dead. Also guests may pass, but I stop intruders.
Tell me more. Who's a guest and who's an intruder?
Is it not obvious? A guest keeps his distance, or knows the name word. An intruder is anyone who enters too far, attacks me, or otherwise interferes with my being.
You're far more self-aware than a typical golem.
你很不耐烦啊！你可以先滚啊！ 后面那个，
made me the way
一下给我看旁边，一下给我叉腰。
because long discussions were to his liking. I can make decisions within my program, of course.
So you decide who's a guest and who's an intruder.
Who else would? Guests chat innocuously, exerting no pressure. All others are intruders.
Oh.
I have other questions. Did your creator give you
I'm called
a god? Powerful magic created you. Derhenna was a true master.
He is still, since his mastery survives.
As a conscious being, you must be lonely.
You are wrong.
哇，他真的是他妈等到不想再等直接出去了，出镜头。
My thoughts are governed by pure logic, restricted by my program.
But you can learn. They say that a penchant for philosophy can only come from curiosity.
Hello A1859667，太聪明啦！
And do you feel a need to discuss?
I feel nothing. I just have that need.
就是按过了嘛。 Of course not.
I have other questions.
哦，我知道了，够多了。
I think I know how to get past this thing without a fight.
Burglar witchers, philosopher golems, an expedition replete with
你给我闭嘴！
fascinating discoveries.
如果不想等，
And
就画面。
terrible disappointments. Shut up, Adalbert. And you, Witcher, deal with that golem.
We know you exist by the will of your master, thanks to the name word he gave you.
That is true.
You were created to discern intruders from guests. You are to stop the former and greet the latter.
Intruders must be stopped.
Are you aware that intruders may seek to deceive you?
I have stone fists to defend myself against those armed with swords. I have my iron logic to defend against those armed with words.
But intruders could include sorcerers who alter reality. They could be illusionists or mere liars. What then is certain?
My existence is certain, as is my master's will.
Okay.
Since only you and the Master's legacy exist for certain, everything else is doubtful. A malicious intruder could cloud your senses.
I am the Guardian. The Master prepared me for that.
He couldn't foresee everything, so he gave you a mind to compensate. You're much more conscious and intelligent than a Guardian needs to be. Your Master says, greet guests and stop intruders. That is certain, but everything else can be a lie. And you cannot allow yourself to attack guests. That would be against your Master's will.
Guests must be greeted, and intruders must be stopped.
你越看越像密卡登呢。
Gehenna's will. Are you a guest or an intruder?
Doesn't matter what I answer. Your senses deceive you. You can trust only your mind. You can't assume I'm a guest, because I may be an intruder. You can't assume I'm an intruder, because I may be a guest.
This is a contradiction, a paradox. The law of excluded.
哎，怎么突然打起来了？哎，没有哎，他崩溃了。
Let's have a look.
啊，好难的题目啊！
This is better
然后
than
脑
I'd
就爆了。
hoped.
A great success for Nilfgaard, this mission.
Maybe you'll get that promotion.
看来我如果穿越到中古时代，我也可以训练魔像了。轻而易举就让你自爆，厉害不厉害？吓死你了！太难啦，这个题目我没有学过啊！我还以为怎么突然打起来嘞，结果不是啊！滚，垃圾一堆，这个我不要啦，滚！太难啦，教授！砰！这是什么？笔记钱，有没有别的东西可以拿 ？No, I don't feel that.
Another masking illusion. I'll try to disperse it.
又有一个死将跟他打嘴炮啊！
Later, Elorn.
他们能进那改变历史了。哎，等等，我东西还没拿。哦，喇叭哎。
The device. What is it?
You've done your job. You'll be paid and...
Paid like the
12
scholars
世纪
were.
的
They died once they
点
were
唱
no
机
longer useful.
They were never useful, but Cynthia insisted. Fortunately, they were so kind as to remove themselves without my help.
I'm not about to be that kind.
这好像熊套装
You。know what you're to look for.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a prototype megascope. I didn't know it had survived.
What's it do?
The artifact detects an emotional bond with a person. Its user need only focus on that person and the device will establish
原
a
来是
connection.
12世纪的测谎
For
机
a
啊！
spy.
Yes.
Time you fulfilled your end of the bargain. What do you know about my past?
We are the lover.
You were a rider of the Wild Hunt. I read the reports.
Don't the Nilfgaardians have anything better to do than write reports about witchers?
Not about witches. About you. You are the sole person to have been a member of the host and survived.
What？ 我他妈听在屁！为什么三代没想到这个东西？Anyone
Anything
else？
Any detail you can give me would be useful.
Don't trust Letho.
You think I trust the people I hunt?
He's your foe today, but he wasn't always.
看，不要想挑拨离间哦。他在3代的时候还帮我打狂猎哦。我他妈听你在屁！你果然在屁。
Is there anything to prove I was part of the wild hunt?
Nothing. Apart from the fact that Nilfgaardian intelligence agents are drawn a quarter
哦，
for
你真的是
lying
别
in
人
their
写什么你就
report.
信什么的那一种哎。
An enlightened nation indeed.
You
没有
haven't
主
the
见。
faintest notion how many people are interested in you. Very important people.
Just because I survived.
You're a former rider of the hunt, and you live. You may be the key to solving the mystery of the retinue, and they all know that. You must watch out for yourself.
How do you know I knew Letho?
I've read...
The reports, I know. Why are you warning me about him?
Because I like you.
就这样。哦，就这样。
Let's say you've satisfied my curiosity.
Well then, consider me glad to have satisfied a witcher, whatever the way.
You fulfilled your end of the bargain.
As have you.
Take your coin and leave.
I'll take the coin and the artifact.
That is not what we agreed.
Because I didn't know you'd find anything this interesting.
And now you know too much. Don't force me to deal with this my way.
Calm down, both of you. Everyone has received their due.
Their due? Huh. As I see it, Nilfgaard feels its due more and more.
So our mutant is also a patriot.
Back away.
Life is a string of choices. And you have just chosen suicide.
干嘛要打？嗯？啊，等一下，等一下，等一下，我不想打信息啊。他这么 M， 我怎么可能打他？以后可以用啊？啊，不是啊，我说以后可以揪留一下，而且我有东西没拿到，重读好了。哦，信息啊这么 M， 谁受得了？拿回去，好好的教导
Can you
教
feel
导。
that?
My medallion's vibrating.
Another masking illusion. I'll try to disperse it.
还有一个，还有一个，
Later and long.
有人拿到了，所以啦，
Later,
存档。
dear.
好了，看过看过。啊，好慢。
The device.
You've... Yeah.
哎，他已经全部讲完了，是这个意思吗？还有别的吗
Anything else?
Don't.
？No。
You think I trust them?
哦，还有哎。
Is that
Because I like you.
how do what?
Because I like you.
Let's say
Well then.
I'd like to try out the device.
You realize that can only end badly.
Cut in again and I'll put you in my report. You may use it, but just once.
Giving state secrets away to a Nordling. Will you mention that in your report?
You're sure to be named a commander one day, Adelbert. But until that happens, be a good boy and do your
听
job.
到没有？
Article 22 of the code is clear. Suspicion of treason is sufficient grounds to strip a commander of power. Article 1 of my personal code is equally clear. Traitors must be subjected to the most painful death possible.
哦，西西亚变我们的人了。就你啦！左边不能打就打右边，右边不能打就打左边，两边都不能打呢，就看戏啦。我看你可以撑多久？这是什么啦？隐形人哦！哎、哎、越打越多次是怎样？哪里啊？死啦！哎、踢不到啊！哦，是有信息啊，不错不错。
I didn't expect that.
Multiplication. Second year at the academy, all mages learn it.
I didn't expect you to take my side.
Well, now choose one person you wish to contact. After that, the artifact's mine.
Nilfgaardian agents get quartered for lying in reports. What does the Empire do to agents who kill their colleagues?
Nothing. As long as no one finds out.
怎么又跳回这个选项？
Let's say you've...
Well then, consider...
Will we meet again?
I wouldn't mind at all. Look for me at the inn.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't eavesdrop while I eavesdropped.
I shan't trouble you. I've a lot of work to do here.
这干嘛？长期瞪着脸 ，Sakia。
I made sure we'd have a trustworthy cook while in Lochmuin. I'll not allow anyone to slip poison into your goblet here.
I cannot sit here and eat in peace while Philippa rots in a dungeon.
Regardless of Philippa's whereabouts and predicament, you must behave as befits a queen.
Does that rule out caring for my friends?
Philippa will manage. And even should she fail, I'm sure her final wish would be that we follow through with the plan. So eat. You must be at full strength during the summit. A very important task awaits you.
I hope you learned something useful.
I'm just sorry I can't use the artifact a few more times.
Its power has been depleted.
I understand. Thanks anyway.
使用装置。汪汪汪汪汪汪汪汪汪汪！喽！哎，那里有那个迷之动向。那是什么？奥伦币啊！好吧。真不常见的一本书，什么东西啊？这是什么？又给我个垃圾！为什么变305？我不是375吗？刚好把我脱掉啊，有毛病吗？噜，都贴了，这些对我来说没有什么用。没有什么用。好噜，汪汪汪汪！我这里，呜，耶！哎，捡不到啊。好的，我们去客栈找新西亚吧。找完了，我就要去观台休息了。哎 ，barbecue， 返回地表。实验室拿完了，要找新西亚。哦，这里那么多那个，哦，看来可能还有1个多小时的路程吧。好吧，那今天就先死放到这里了。下午还有事，要休息哦。OK。好，看一下，有4位观众。啊，感谢收看。那一样啊 ，Hotkill 520，还有 A85996375啊，谢谢你们。然后还有2位啊，没有名字、没有 ID 的朋友哦，没关系啊，我也感谢你啊，希望我们可以继续追随下去啊。OK， 那如果你是在 YouTube 看到我的呢，那如果你喜欢我的影片，别忘了按下叮当，帮我告诉我，让我知道说有你这位可爱的观众在追随我的影片。OK，If you like my video, just don't forget to subscribe and love you guys。好了，各位，早点休息吧。没意外的话，可能晚上会见吧，晚上我会开台。OK，love you guys. See you next time. Bye bye.
At your service.
At your service. 好了，晚安各位，感谢各位今天收看哦，拜拜。